Wuthering Heights, a modern overview. Wuthering Heights by Emily Brontë is a dark, intense tale of love, revenge and obsession, set on the wild, windswept moors of England. This romance is messy, intense and emotionally raw. The story centres around two families, the Earnshaws and the Lintons, and most of all, the toxic, magnetic relationship between Catherine Earnshaw and Heathcliff, her adoptive brother. Heathcliff arrives as an orphan boy and is raised alongside Catherine at Wuthering Heights. Their bond is immediate and powerful, but class divisions and pride get in the way. Catherine chooses to marry Edgar Linton, a wealthy, refined neighbour, setting off a spiral of bitterness and revenge that spans generations. Told through a series of narratives, mainly from the perspective of the housekeeper, Nellie Dean, to a curious outsider, Mr. Lockwood, the novel jumps between past and present, building a tangled web of pain, longing and doomed love. Themes in Wuthering Heights. 1. Love and obsession. This is not just about romantic love. Heathcliff and Catherine's relationship borders on destructive obsession. They see themselves as the same soul in two bodies, but their inability to be together in life leads to long-lasting emotional fallout, even after death. 2. Revenge and cycles of trauma. Heathcliff's heartbreak morphs into a years-long quest for revenge against those who wronged him, including the next generation. The novel explores how pain is not just felt, it's passed down, warping lives until the cycle is broken. 3. Class and social status. Class is a constant barrier in the novel. Heathcliff is seen as inferior because of his unknown background, and much of Catherine's conflict is rooted in her need to marry well. Brontë critiques a rigid class structure that limits personal happiness. 4. Nature versus civilization. The stormy moors and wild landscapes mirror the characters' emotional chaos. Wuthering Heights, the house, is untamed and brutal, while Thrushcross Grange represents order and control. The characters' fates often align with these opposing settings. 5. Life, death, and the supernatural. Death doesn't end the story. Ghosts, dreams, and an eerie sense of the afterlife loom large. Brontë blurs the line between the physical and spiritual, suggesting that some connections are too powerful to die. Wuthering Heights versus Modern Love Stories 1. Love as obsession versus love as healing. Wuthering Heights. Heathcliff and Catherine's love is intense but destructive. It's not about mutual growth or support. It's about possession, identity, and power. Catherine even says, "I am Heathcliff." It's a love that consumes her sense of self. Modern love stories, for example, Normal People, The Fault in Our Stars, or One Day. Today's romantic narratives often emphasise love as something healing, emotionally intelligent, and mutual. Characters might struggle, but the ideal is that love should help you grow, not destroy you. 2. The role of communication. Wuthering Heights. Miscommunication, or a complete lack of it, is a huge source of conflict. Characters often repress emotions or act out of pride. Catherine doesn't clearly tell Heathcliff how she feels until it's too late. Modern romances. Modern stories often revolve around emotional honesty and vulnerability. There's an emphasis on talking through problems and learning emotional literacy, something that's virtually absent in Wuthering Heights. 3. Toxic relationships versus healthy boundaries. Wuthering Heights. Heathcliff is, by modern standards, abusive and emotionally manipulative. He harms others, and himself, in his quest for revenge, all in the name of love. Catherine, too, manipulates people to get her way. Their relationship would be called toxic today. Modern love stories. There's far more awareness today about red flags in relationships. Toxic dynamics are usually framed as cautionary tales, euphoria, you, etc., rather than romantic ideals. Healthy boundaries and self-respect are key values in modern romance. 4. The influence of class and gender. Wuthering Heights. Class is a massive barrier to love. Catherine chooses Edgar over Heathcliff, partly because of social status. Women have little autonomy. Catherine is boxed in by social expectations and family duty. Modern love stories. While class and gender still shape relationships, many contemporary stories focus on personal choice, autonomy, and equality in relationships. Female characters tend to have more agency and complexity in modern romance narratives. 5. Endings and emotional resolution. Wuthering Heights. The ending is emotionally unsettling. Even though the second generation gets a more hopeful outcome, the damage caused by Heathcliff and Catherine lingers. There's no neat closure, just a kind of haunted peace. Modern love stories. Endings today often aim for emotional clarity, even if they're not traditionally happy. While Wuthering Heights is often labelled a love story, it does not fit the modern definition of romance. Instead, it is a psychological drama about what happens when love becomes obsession. It offers a raw, Gothic portrayal of human emotion, whereas most modern love stories focus on emotional balance, healing, and mutual understanding. Still, Wuthering Heights remains relevant because it taps into timeless human emotions, desire, jealousy, grief, that are still at the heart of every love story, just portrayed with very different values. So there we have it, an overview of Wuthering Heights. Thank you for watching, and be sure to tune in for more book overviews and literature-based content.